Hey everybody, this is my inspiration for this application. Her name is Zoe. She was diagnosed just about 3 years ago, and she's super tough and super cool, and we like to take good care of her. And she's a little 8-year-old girl with a mustache.
I have no idea what we're doing.
It's okay, Zoe. So that's all I need. You're my
Okay.
inspiration. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
So the purpose of this is to be able to share our daughter's glucose information with anyone who's caring for her, including a graph that's showing in real time the last 3 hours, where her trend is, what the current reading is, and when we expect the next reading, as well as to be able to provide information to caregivers in the forms of phone calls and text messages if certain thresholds are met. The application has the notion of an administrator, which you can achieve by simply logging in. And we're going to have certain events. We're going to be able to maintain a vacation schedule. And you can see that these events are real time as I'm adding from another device while looking at this screen, and it should pop up here any second. There it is. That's my birthday. Let's take a look at what it would take to add somebody in here. I'm going to put my stepfather-in-law in because he's visiting, and he's going to leave on the 27th. So in case I forget to delete it, I don't want a delusion with a bunch of alerts from my daughter when he's back in Seattle. So we're going to set him up to start at 8 a.m. and receive until 10 p.m. at night. And we have a lot of granularity. So at nighttime, we can receive both calls and texts, or we can just set it however we want. So here I'm setting it so that if my daughter's glucose goes below 80, that he's going to receive a call, and that he's only going to receive a call every 29 or 30 minutes. I'm going to add another event, and I can put in for a high, and then we'll set that threshold at 280, and he'll receive a call once an hour. So the idea here was that we're going to be very granular with what actions we want to take. So within a specific time period, we can create time bands, or we can delete them, and we can add up to as many events as we need. So there's events that exist for lows, highs, double ups, double downs, and no data. So that's pretty much the teaser demo of what the application is going to do. I've been doing it in beta now for about a week, and I think I've worked most of the kinks out to the point where I can reliably set my do not disturb off and be able to receive phone calls at night, which is what really I was driving at, and the ability to quickly set up a caregiver, a babysitter, or a school nurse so that the signal to noise ratio remains where I want it to be, that people actually take action instead of just ignoring the constant buzzing from a phone. Also, there's a scenario that's very common with us when our daughter's at school, that the school nurse will have a high or a low, and I'll swear up and down that I'm not going to bother her because I trust her completely. But at some point, I see her continuing to go low, and I just don't know what to do, and I eventually call her. Then I talk to her, and she says, yes, Zoe's right here. I've been taking care of her. And then I find out that my wife had called 2 minutes earlier. So when a text alert does go out to somebody that's on the system, they can text anything back, and everybody who received the alert will receive an acknowledgement. So in this case, April, our school nurse, could just text back K, and both my wife Julie and I will receive a message saying that April acknowledged the alert, and then we don't have to bother her. In the next upcoming video, I will show you how to install all this. Hope everybody's doing well, and go Hawks!